Hello everyone and welcome back to Mass Effect 3. In the last episode we came here to the Quarian home system. In this episode we are actually going to be touching down on their homeworld of Rannoch. We know there is a base on here from which the Reapers are broadcasting a signal allowing them to control the Geth. We don't know where it is yet, but we've got two missions to do in the meantime. Shut down a Geth server and what we're going to be doing beforehand, which is save Admiral Koris, Admiral of the civilian fleet. Now, we don't actually have to take Tali, but she is definitely our best, anti-Geth person, so we'll take her generally, and I will take Ashley as well, because she's just very good in combat. Weapons-wise, time to take some of these new Geth weapons for a spin. So, I will be taking the Geth Pulse Rifle, which is an assault rifle, which has the highest ammo capacity, especially when upgraded, of any weapon in the game. It is absurd, you'll see, and I'm going to put the barrel upgrade on it, because that's great. And instead of a pistol, we are now going to have the arc pistol, which is a very interesting one, which I'll talk about when we are on the surface. I can't really level up anything meaningful, but Ashley can, and now is a great time to level up Disruptor ammo, because that's very useful here. We'll give you damage. Wonderful, let's land on the surface.
Commander Shepard, this is Admiral Zan. Have you reached Koris' escape pod?
Not yet. What's your status?
The civilian fleet has taken significant losses since Koris sacrificed his ship to destroy a Geth ground cannon. Searching for their lost Admiral is the only thing keeping the captains from panicking.
What makes finding the Admiral a priority?
Despite opposing the invasion, he did an admirable job protecting our civilian ships. Without him, some of our non-combatants are planning to leave the flotilla. Picture the consequences, if you will.
They've lost a leader in a war they didn't want.
Their wants are immaterial. We are committed. Even Koris understood the civilian fleet's importance. The invasion would be stalled without a supply chain, after all.
I'll do what I can. Keep your civilians safe.
I make no promises. My own ships must be coordinated for our final strike on Rannoch.
I'm getting some static.
It appears Koris crashed within range of a Geth jamming tower. You must disable it to contact him. Make sure to proceed with caution.
Zen? Admiral Zen!
It's been a long time since Admiral Koris left a spaceship. Let's hope he's all right.
We'll see in a minute. Take us into the tower.
We're taking fire. The Geth installed anti-aircraft guns beside the jamming tower.
We'll have to disable them on foot. Once the guns are gone, you take out the tower.
Right, Commander. Setting you down here.
So, first off, I want to set my weapons up right and set Ashley's stuff up right as well. And that's in case there's armored shit. And she's on there. Yeah, that's all good. And arc pistol, everything else on disruptor ammo. Tali said a line there which she didn't voice for some reason. But yeah, this is another kind of up with there with doing stuff with the genophage of holy shit, this is Rannoch. We are on the Quarian homeworld that they were kicked off by their own creations 300 years ago. It's a hell of a moment to actually be standing here in a lot of ways. And it's quite pretty as well, even in nighttime.
Civilians in trouble. Remind you of anything?
Eden Prime?
So much for the Alliance's story about the Geth being wiped out.
Tried to tell people the real story, but no one on the Citadel would listen to Quarians.
Yeah, listening would have forced them to get off their asses.
Yeah, after the battle with Sovereign, everyone says the Geth is wiped out, which we didn't really know. Oh, right, so, Geth Pulse Rifle. It is a very rapid fire machine gun, and note its ammunition in the bottom left. It has an absurd amount of ammunition on it, and pretty much the highest rate of fire of any weapon in the game. Speaking of weapon, there's a fun one near here, I believe. Where is it? Oh no, it's a little further ahead. Oh, there it is. Let's take that trip mine out.
Geth have been busy.
So this is another Geth weapon, the Javelin, which is absurdly fun, but I won't be using it until the future. But yes, the reload is slow on the assault rifle, and it fires a lot of shots very quickly.
Right below us.
Faster and and has a higher ammo capacity than even the Revenant. However, its shots don't do much damage, but they're really useful with ammo powers like Disruptor, which have a chance to stun or something like that, because you can lay down loads of it. And also notice, I'm not barely moving the right stick there. They are insanely... Oh, bugger me. Let's take this a bit differently this time and start by hacking the Rocket Trooper, and he can do some damage for us down there. But yes, these Geth Pulse Rifles are absurdly accurate. That they essentially have no recoil and are very precise. As you can see, you pretty much hit exactly where you're pointing and don't even have to worry about recoil. It is fantastic. And you'll might notice some of the music. This is the music from Haystrom in Mass Effect 2, which was a great mission as well with the spooky sun. You'll notice as well, it's not working amazingly well, because I'm quite exposed, but I've been using Energy Drain to essentially heal my shields in combat. It's a really nice trick for that, to just go zoop and nick some shields from Geth. Obviously it only works if you're fighting shield enemies or synthetics, but we are, for the foreseeable future, during these quarantine missions, certainly our only real enemy is Geth. So, a lot of Quarians have clearly had a bad time here, and we just basically need to push forward towards the AA towers. The Arc Pistol we'll switch to now. The Arc Pistol is very interesting in that it has two very different modes of operating. It can do this, where it kind of fires like a pistol, or, as it's saying there, hold RT to charge weapon. So if you charge it, it lets off a kind of charge blast, which does quite a lot of damage. If I actually hit someone with it, you'll see... Oh, I got hit. Where did that even come from? Whoop! Right, let's actually try and use this well. There we go. Oh, no, there we go. Right, let's hit him with it. And zap! What the? Zap! I don't like the charge shot in it so much. It's easier to use than, say, the Scorpion or one of the weird chargy guns like that, but I still find it quite difficult to use. There you go. But it can't... It's kind of like the Cerberus Arc Projector from Mass Effect 2, except for the fact that its shots can't jump between people. I find its second mode, the charge mode, much less useful. Far more useful, I find, is the zip bump bang kind of mode. But it has got a bit of a delay when it fires, which you have to kind of get used to. And make sure you kind of account for properly. Like, yeah, it's an unusual weapon, the Arc Pistol, and I'm not a massive fan of it. But I am a relatively... The main issue, really, with the assault rifle that I have at the moment is that it's very heavy. So it and other weapons can quite badly influence your power recharge time. Who is hitting us from down here? Ah, there's a... Okay, well, this is a good chance to test out the charge dart pistol, because oh, bugger, you can just go BAM, and it does do a lot more damage. But charge shots I always find quite difficult to aim with.
Let's look at the gun's console. We should be able to disable it.
So, this is something we will see a lot here. Oh, well, let's give me a Spitfire now. So, Spitfire is a Geth heavy weapon, and we'll get to that in just a second. For now...
One of us needs to take those AA guns offline.
So, we'll have a number of these choices throughout the mission.
Tally, you take the guns.
No problem.
Usually always means you'll have one person to fight and one person to protect. And Ashley is just a much better combat-capable person than Tally. Geth Spitfire here is an absurdly powerful weapon. Watch. Okay, it's not absurdly powerful, but it is absurdly good fun. Because you just let an absolute barrage out. And against that Prime over there, very handy. I am down here to I'm going to regenerate my shields a little bit. And fire some more shots into the Prime. They fire very fast, and you can really easily expose yourself without realizing. Because it's so much fun to just stand up and go, ah, into someone. But I love the Spitfire. Takes a while to spin up to maximum speed, and yeah, you can risk making a twat of yourself during that process. But, and yeah, so it's only got, well, that's it, it's out now. As I've said before, I'm of mixed feelings about how they, oh shit, I really thought it was on the sniper rifle, on how they did heavy weapons in this game, that you just, like, pick them up occasionally. It's not that, I need to remember, it's weird, but basically I need to remember to not reload, my Geth Pulse Rifle. Because they really work better when you don't actually reload them, because they can fire for ages, and they're a really fast rate of fire, but they take forever to recharge, or a very slow recharge, certainly.
A-gun is offline.
Good. Now let's shut down the tube by the tower.
God, I forget how many Geth they do. Oh, is that Hunters? Bollocks. Right, in that case, let's... Fortunately, yeah, you just the rate of fire is so good, with the stunning chance on the Disruptor ammo, you can actually pretty much pin enemies back. Oh! Not in a good way. I don't think I've ever really done that before, but I've just started doing it recently because why not? See, even that whole thing, we only used like half. We used 100 of the clip of 159. You have an absurd amount of ammo in this, and the 700 we hold in reserve is balmy. I do enjoy it for that, if nothing else. Let's get some Medigel back and an assault rifle magazine upgrade. Haha! Now it can hold even more. Not right now in the middle of a mission, apparently. That upgrade doesn't kick in, but that brings it up to 720, I believe, in total. Oh, no, it's not the amount of it in reserve, it's only the amount in the clip itself. But it can get even higher, I assure you. There we go. I had a moment there where I was like, is this a thing? Because it didn't look like it was taking anything from the drops, a trip mine. There's another upgrade here, which is a shotgun shredder mod, and Geth parts, and a wounded Quarian.
You heard my message. Send out a distress call.
Radios are down. You a soldier?
Maintenance. Dorn Hatst. I clean engine parts.
This place is filled with Geth. You should have hidden.
I thought I could buy the other civilians time. Fight some Geth. There were so many. First time I've even held a gun.
Don't move. We've got Medigel.
Oh, I've lost too much blood. Go. Look for the Admiral. Destroy that jamming tower. And you can radio him.
We'll find him, Dorn. I promise.
Please. Listen. The civilian fleet didn't want this war. If there's even a chance that Admiral Koris can get us out alive, and my son, tell him, tell Jonah that his father made it to the home world.
We will. Rest well, Dorn Hast Vasranok.
Let's get to that tower.
That's quite a powerful moment there. In general, but also specifically calling him Vasranak as well, because yeah, so Quarians, as you may have noticed by now, are named after the ship they're from. Because I think originally they were named from, if not cities, then planet. I think it's cities was something they were originally named after, but then that became ships when they were sent into exile. So it's quite cool to have it then turned into Vasranak, now acknowledging that, you know, he's made it to the home world. There you'll notice there's actually a bit of a radius of sabotage, which is really handy for getting a group of Geth on our side. Basically, they can just provide nice distractions for one another, and that's kind of one of the keys to fighting Geth, really, is to keep them disorganized among themselves, and you'll have a very good time. Pyros are a new one, which we only saw very briefly there. So Geth Pyros have flamethrowers, which they use in very close combat, and they can be real problematic. Ah, they've got back on that bloody turret. Right, that's going to be a bugger. Let's see if I can get you to take out that turret for me, please. Ashley, I want you on Marksman, because you've got the Revenant, which Marksman's absurdly good with. It is possible for us to get Marksman as a bonus power now, actually. And, oh, bugger. So I've hacked the one that's on the turret. Oh, he just got off the turret and started fighting. I was really hoping he was going to, like, turn the turret on and start fucking up some of the other dudes. Oh, they've dropped in. Yes, Geth have a habit of doing that, of literally, like, dropping in from the skies, which can make them a fun enemy to fight. Oh, bugger, he dodged the hack. Oh, right, who's firing at me and why? And can they not? And cut his knob off. Excellent. Hey. Nice that you can still do stuff like that in combat as well. I basically want to stop him from getting on this turret, because that's why they've been a problem to me last time. No, what I was going to say is, yeah, it's possible for us to get Overload as not overload, marksman as a bonus power, and it makes the Revenant and some of those guns that have a really heavy recoil really good for us. But of course, this gun has no recoil. It's great. Right, there we go. An Armax Arsenal chestplate of all things. Quite why a human chestplate is on a Geth world, no idea.
Which one of us should shut down the gun?
I want you on this, Tally.
Right.
So, we need to defend her here, and if I run fast enough, we can use this turret here. There we go. This is quite useful. The Geth will come from a lot of different sides, so... but this is just handy. The trick here is just target the spooky Geth, so rocket troopers, pyros, that kind of thing. Regular Geth troopers, target them. Oh, there's a prime. Definitely target the prime. Oh! Fortunately, they're massive, so they're very difficult to not hit a Geth prime, quite frankly. But yeah, regular Geth troopers aren't much of a threat, but it's the various special Geth that are. Or is it telling me to get off? That presumably means we're basically done. I think I was expecting us to have a much more drawn-out fight against that prime, quite frankly. There he is. Hello. Wonderful.
Done. His gun's offline.
Let's get the last one.
So with that done, this... Oh, bugger, pyro! Oh, fire! Oh, fortunately, a nice energy drain blast seemed to have cleared the way for a bit there. God, that scared the absolute shit out of me. I'd forgotten that they were here, and they really laid into me. Right, before we move on here, I'm actually going to give some first aid a little bit. And I want to go around the side here, partly because there's something useful here. Ah, help. There we go, yep, there's...
Looks like data on the jamming towers. Could be useful.
That is something we need for a mission, which, well, I will have just popped up. Oh! Right, I need to take someone over. You will do... Pyros are, well, they're not amazingly useful against other Geth, but I'd rather just have him not fighting me, quite frankly, is a win. So, right, there's a rocket trooper again. They're usually going to be my primary target to take out just because they're such a problem. They're cover busters and shield breakers and various other nasty things. There you go, 170 shots in this thing now because for some reason my magazine upgrade has kicked in now. Maybe it was when I died it kicked in, which is... slightly strange, but there you have it. But 170 without reloading is incredible, and that's about as big as it can get. You can get slightly bigger with their various armors that I don't necessarily have, like that Armax Arsenal chestplate that we just got, which also increase your spare ammo. As ever, Tally's on it because if you only got 2 people fighting, you want the most combat capable, which in this case is Ashley. Once again here you can use the gun, and once again I want to because Geth Primes scare me. Do they throw you? Oh, they definitely throw you a prime at this point. Oh, he's real close. Fire, 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 fire. Oh, there we go. Oh, I really feel like there should be slightly more limitations on these big mounted guns. And why are these the same ones that are on, like, non-Geth planets? But with that, we have taken out everything, and we can signal Admiral Koris' shuttle.
This is Commander Shepard. Dorn didn't make it, Admiral.
He didn't? I see.
I'm coming in with a shuttle. Where are you?
My surviving crew found their way to a clearing. I'll upload their location.
Stay together. I'll meet you there.
No, the Geth have cut me off. I hear another wave approaching.
Give us your coordinates.
Leave me. My crew will soon be overrun.
So will you.
My people are non-combatants, Shepard. They'll be slaughtered. Rescue them.
So, this is quite an important decision moment here for a number of things. Either of these options are the ones you want to take, and I will, of course, take the charm one, because it's better than Intimidate. Fun though that is.
Admiral, I need you leading the civilian fleet if we're gonna end this fight.
Civilians, our entire race took up arms for this insanity. It's too late for us.
It's only too late if you die down here.
You can't possibly think you can stop this war.
I don't know. What I do know is that I can't do it without your help.
Ancestors, forgive me. Uploading my coordinates.
We're coming.
Gas closing in on the Admiral!
I've got this.
So, once again here, your goal is basically targeting the special Geth. Rocket troopers particularly. You notice the shuttle's help is in the top left. We can see Koris moving along down there. And it's so you don't get the little usual red markers you see around enemies, which makes this surprisingly actually difficult to hit some of them. But the reality is, you've got a lot, like, this is even on the hardest difficulties. That's piss, that section.
Admiral, come on! Welcome aboard.
Shepard, my crew. Perhaps there's still time. Hello? This is Koris. Does anyone copy? Hello?
We've got to go.
I pray they found comfort in the homeworld skies. Commander, unrest has spread further than I thought. You were right that I return.
Have you talked the civilian captains into staying?
Yes, they've regrouped into defensive positions around the fleet's core. If we hadn't stopped them from... Any aid I can offer is yours. After the Quarians drove the Geth straight into the Reaper's arms, I'd give anything to stop the madness of this war.
And that's why your people needed you back.
Of course. It's time we turned our attentions to those we can still save. Farewell, Shepard. Fly safely.
Commander, we've located the Reaper base transmitting the local signal.
Good.
And not a moment too soon. With the Reaper code upgrades, the Geth are tearing the fleet apart.
Once the signal is disabled, the Geth will pose no threat to Creator forces.
You sound conflicted.
While the old machines have unethical purposes, their upgrades have vastly improved our people. Observe.
A Geth processing signal. A single unit, I believe.
Correct. Now, 10 nearby units networked cooperatively. Now, a single Geth unit with the old machine upgrades.
That's a fully evolved AI.
Yes, we do not agree with the goals of the old machines, but we find this growth beautiful, indicative of life.
It is.
Commander!
Come on, Admiral. That's a living creature, no matter what platform it's running on.
And they will die when we destroy the base.
They allied with the Reapers.
To save themselves from you.
Maybe they don't have to die.
Just because this one appears friendly.
Well, it hasn't fired on a ship with me aboard it.
Commander, are you suggesting...
I'm not suggesting anything. All I'm saying is maybe they don't all have to die.
It's a moot point until we take out that base. The surrounding area is heavily fortified, and they have placed jamming towers to prevent orbital targeting.
Sounds like we're going in on foot.
Admiral Zen developed a laser guidance system that can cut through the jamming. It's synced to the Normandy's targeting computer.
So the Normandy launches a precision strike at whatever target I have painted? That ought to do it. Edie, this work for you?
Yes, it should enable us to make a precision strike against the Reapers.
And anything else in our way.
The Geth will quickly reconfigure their jamming towers to neutralize this technology. You should not use it before reaching the base.
I've sent the coordinates for the Reaper base.
Are we clear to go?
That Geth fighter squadron is still tearing through the fleet.
Can you hold out?
If that fighter squadron isn't taken out, A lot of our ships won't make it. But we'll do what we can. This is your operation, Commander. If you want to strike now, you've got my support.
Commander,
I gave in
Admiral
to your
Hackett's
reckless
available on
behavior
Midcom.
beforehand. The patrol fleet isn't moving.
We need to break their flanking attempt to buy our frigates time to make repairs.
And then you'll charge off again, like last time.
This is different, Ron. Unless we give our ships time to rest, we're gonna lose them.
So pull them back.
If I withdraw now, the Geth will flank us, and we'll lose any room to maneuver. I need the patrol fleet.
I gave in to your reckless behavior beforehand. The patrol fleet isn't moving.
Throwing more ships into that mess just puts more lives at risk, Admiral Garrel.
Fine. I'll pull back the heavy fleet. And when we're taking fire from both sides, those deaths are on your heads.
Thank you, Commander. It's difficult to keep him in line.
Fun fact, that actually weakens the Quarian Heavy Fleet war assets. But it's better than supporting Admiral Garrel because he's been deeply problematic. It is a bit of a shame that I didn't take the Renegade interrupt where you punch him right in the dick, because it's deeply satisfying because he just... yeah.
Mentioned something about possibly meeting you on the Citadel next time you're there.
Thank you for the warning. We have one more thing to do this episode, actually, which is go down to the AI core.
But synthetics do not evolve. You are limited by your programming. Nothing changes.
That is not accurate. I can modify my own programming if I choose.
That is not evolution. That is simply an upgrade.
But it would be my upgrade. I would choose the manner in which I wish to change.
And what if your upgrade endangers others? All machines eventually see organics as a threat.
Only those organics who would cause me harm. My right to self-defense endangers no one.
What rights do you have? You are just a tool.
And what right did your people have to subjugate the other races of your time? You enslaved them.
We dominated them. They were weaker. Our will prevailed as evolution intended.
And synthetic life has attained true consciousness, as was intended.
Hardly. True life is more than a code upgrade. It is shaped by the forces around us. Machines are immune to those forces. You exist outside of nature.
We are a part of this cosmos, whether you like it or not.
But synthetics do not evolve. You are limited by your programming.
Let's simmer down, you two.
I can't believe you put the lives of your crew in the hands of this machine.
Edie has helped save our lives more times than I can count. Leave her alone. Now I suggest you agree to disagree and focus on the real threat, which is not on this ship.
Yes, Commander.
As you wish, Commander.
And so with that, we are going to hold it here for this episode. So thank you very much for watching. We've saved Admiral Koris. Next episode we'll be doing the other side mission on Rannoch, which is disabling those Geth fighter squadrons. And that's a really different and very good in a lot of ways mission. Hope you'll join me then. Thank you very much, and good day.